Hey y'all. Hey yo. Oh my god. Okay, so I know I'm not the face y'all are expecting today. I'm stepping in for Miss Mel just to follow up on what she talked about last week, self-care, but leadership edition, Heart Smile Summer edition, you feel me? Hey Mar. Y'all, I'm so nervous. I don't know why. But this is a lot of tech stuff, like, this is not my ministry. So how was your week? How y'all feeling? We got some graduates in the building. And let me know if y'all can hear me okay, because, yeah. Hey, Cam. Can y'all let me know if y'all can hear me? Because I don't want to be talking to myself. Because I will look crazy running this bank. Yeah, it's a good. Okay, good. Period. Hey, Gemma. Hey, Mayel. I hope I'm saying that right. Hey, Tonio. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I can hear because, child, nobody was responding to me. It was hurting my feelings. Hey, Talia. That's my mentee, y'all. Don't play with it. Because, yeah, Team Future. Don't play. Me and Dawn. Dawn and me. Team Future. Let's really talk about it. Like, who is really... I don't hear anybody else in the conversation. It's quiet. All right, let me stop. All right, y'all, please check in the chat. How has your week been? How has your mind been? How have you been? And what are you looking forward to this month? It's June, we have Pride, we have Juneteenth coming up, okay? Like, I want to know how y'all are doing, how y'all been, and what y'all are looking forward to. And I guess I can start. How have I been? Man, it's been an adjustment settling in from Clark coming back from Atlanta, back home. And I don't know, I low-key miss Atlanta. I miss the weather. I mean, not the weather, but the people. I miss the energy, the HBCU energy. It's nothing like, and especially the AUC. And shout out to Mara, who's coming to the AUC. Shout out to Kim, who is already in the AUC. And yeah, like, it's nothing better than going to an HBCU in the AUC. But I'd be lying if I said that it was easy and that it was sweet. But my mind has really been adjusting back to Baltimore, back to the environment, and just trying to prepare for the summer, really. I have a whole lot I have to do this summer. And I don't know about y'all, but I do. I have to facilitate. I have to... I have to do so much. But let me see. Hey, Roman. Gemma, let me see. Jimmy said, my mind and week have been busy, but I'm looking forward to graduation. Shout out to all the 2023 grads. Let me know if I got to steal a ticket so I can come to your graduation, because I will. Okay? As soon as I hear Jimmy check, wow, go Gemma, wow, go yo, wow. Going crazy. Just, I'm going to let y'all know that now. Oh, man. But yeah, the art show. Pop out to the art show. I believe it's July. I'm not even going to butcher the date, but I know it's in July. And y'all need to all show out for our girl. Don't play with it. Don't play. Tonio, you already know this session is about to be fire, yo. Like, y'all had to teach myself how to run this whole Streamio, this whole Jiffy. So bear with me, because this was a lot. Like, no, really. Like, this was, yeah. This challenged me, like, on a whole nother level. This was a class 0. Like, but July 29th, that's the date of the art show. Y'all need to pop out. No, really, like, seriously, don't play with your life. You don't want to do that. So come out, get a print, buy a painting. I'm buying a couple. So let's see what we have going on in this chat. Hey, Evolve Studios. I know that's right. My mind been stressed to do a lot of stuff, having to be done in these assignments. Well, you got it. You already know you can get it done. The fact that you can acknowledge, you had to get it done. Now you just need to do it. That's it. Simple. Okay, Prayer. Birthday in a month and 6 days, though. Okay, big 18. I know that's right. All right. I'm going to let us have a few more minutes in case more people join. But don't forget, the people who are on here, check in with me. How has your mind been? And what is one thing you're looking forward to in June? Oh my gosh, y'all. Let me tell y'all why more people are in the chat. Yo, I'm going to see Lauryn Hill this weekend. So, I mean, that's what I'm really looking forward to. I don't know what better way to start June than to go see the Miss Lauryn Hill on her 25th anniversary of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. If y'all don't know that album, if you haven't listened to that album, I don't know what's wrong with you. Let me not come at you too bad if you don't know about Miss Lauryn Hill, but let me put you on. Like, you need to listen to that album. It's necessary. Okay? If you're black and if you're in need of some inspiration, you need to listen to that album. So, let's see what we got going on in this chat. Okay, Roman, I ordered a new plant, so everything is healed. LOL. I felt that. I butchered my plant. My best friend's grandmother bought me a plant for my room in my dorm. And over the winter break, I left it there and I came back and the leaves were brown as me. And they were about as green as the grass. So I'm very disappointed in myself, but I'm going to redeem myself and come back harder. So thank you, Roman, for reminding me that I need to get a new plant, baby. Hey, Dawn, heading from DC with Big Joni. I know that's right. Y'all better come on, DC. Let's see who else. Hey, Blessed. How you doing? Hey, Casey. How you doing, boo? Okay, this is going to be my last comment, and then I'm going to jump right into what we're going to be talking about today. Man, school over in like 8 days for me, man. I'm excited for us to be doing this summer with Heart Smiles. If you're not rocking with Heart Smiles this summer, I don't know what you're doing. No shade to the other organizations and other, sites out there, but Heart Smiles is about to eat them up. No, really. Hey, yo, Don said DC don't owe us nothing. Okay, this is really my last comment. No, really. I'm excited for y'all. So today, I'm just going to be touching on what Miss Mel had touched on last week, self-care, but really trying to actually practice some of the activities that I have for us, and I'm really excited. The framework I'll be sharing it through is like leadership. So as leaders this summer, we're going to need these tools to help us prepare ourselves to be mentors, to be mentees, some of us for the first time, some of us, we're not new to this, but there's still room for improvement. And so I'm so excited to share this presentation with y'all. I did it with a lot of extra love. So I really do hope y'all enjoy it. Let me see if I can get it to share. Please don't play with my life, yo. Unable to share the screen. Oh my gosh, y'all. Please update system. What, y'all? Y'all, this screen was just working. I don't know why it's playing with me. Let's see. It's okay, because you know what? While I figure this out, I'm going to try to multitask. I'm going to try to figure this out real quick. But just imagine I got the music going. I'll be back at 6:10. We have to turn this switch on. Okay, I'll be right back. Hey y'all, bear with us. We got Cam Gotti coming through in clutch on the tech. So bear with us, and we're gonna be right back. Ain't nothing stopping the show. Okay. Hey y'all. All right, y'all, and we back now. So we got Cam on the tech. Thank you so much, Cam. Y'all, I did a tech run through and everything. Everything's working fine. But the enemy is busy, okay? The enemy will try to ruin a good old homegrown moment, and it's okay because we're back. So, like I said before, for those who are joining in, I'm taking over for Miss Mel just to emulate some of the things she talked about last week with self care and taking care of yourself, but also centering around leadership and preparing us for this summer. Thank y'all so much for bearing with me, and we're gonna just hop right into it. So, this is just a little bit about me. I'm Charity. Canva only let me have this little small box, so I can only put so much. But I'm a storyteller. Y'all know I'm from over East, baby. Don't play with it. Grew up right down the street from Morgan. I go to Clark, Atlanta for social work, and I care a lot about youth and the people of Baltimore City. And going up to this next slide, I'm gonna give y'all a little more, a little taste of what we'll be getting into. So self-care, first of all, it isn't as bougie as people make it seem to be. I know self-care can be a very scary thing for some people who have never thought about what it means to take care of themselves. But it's simply just taking small steps, not big, not no huge grand thing, just taking small steps daily to tend to your physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, anything, all of that, taking care of that health and doing that to the best of your ability, really. And so going into this next slide, these next few slides, I'll be giving different examples of ways you can take care of yourself. And so the question that I want y'all to keep in mind is, how do I take care of myself as a leader? Hmm. So now we're going to get into the first topic. And the first topic is workplace care. So you definitely want to make sure that first things first, we're coming into Hearts Smiles, and if there's Non-heart smiles people in here, we welcome y'all too. Wherever you are, whether it's youth works, whether it's your real job, McDonald's, wherever, you want to establish a safe space at work. So finding a quiet place where you can just step away and regroup, catch a breath, just to be with yourself. Because sometimes you can deal with different personalities, different dynamics, and it can be really scary trying to find a place where you can process everything. So even if it's the bathroom, if it's finding a closet, child, you got to do what you got to do so you can have a safe space at work where you can just reground yourself and recenter yourself. The second thing you want to have is definitely creating boundaries. If you know certain things or people trigger you, or different things may arise with people that you might have had previous conflict with, or you may potentially have conflict with for whatever reason, you definitely want to respond with grace, understanding that we're all super young in this work and we're not coming in knowing everything, we're not coming in perfect, and that's okay. But it's important to have those boundaries to create those opportunities out of those tough experiences where you can really build community with the people you're helping your community with. I hope that makes sense. The third thing is you want to find resources by asking. And so closed mouths and don't get fed. That's something I was just raised knowing, but also understanding that a lot of people come from backgrounds where people were raised to close their mouths and get it out the mud and figure it out, you know. And that's not always the best way. And so in this space and in this community, you are allowed to ask for help because that is what we're here for. As mentors, we're here to support the mentees that are coming in that are fresh. As mentees, you are here to get these resources. That's why you're here, to get plugged in. And maybe not, but for those who are here to get resources, you definitely want to make sure that you're opening your mouth, because you never know who's looking and who can be inspired to also open their mouth as well. And so now we're going to get into the second topic, and I'm really excited about this one. And so, like I said, we're going to have little activities here and there. So I want you guys to kind of engage with me a little bit and just bear with me. So for the first activity, I want you to pull out your phone, pull out your notes if you can really quick. And you can title this Thriving Thursdays with Chair in your notes, or whatever you feel comfortable titling this note. And I want you to make a list of 3 things you know you'll need from either an adult supporter or a mentor this summer. So this is for mentors, this is for mentees. I want you to write down 3 things. So an example could be, I might need support with a bus pass. I might need a listening ear every Friday, or I might need help with lunch. Just 3 things that you know will make your summer that much easier. And so I'll give us till like 6:25 to do that. So just a minute. And if it takes longer, that's okay. But just have it in your notes, like the questions, so that you can come back to it and revisit it. Just because I know we're pressed on time and there's so much I want to share with y'all, but we only have a little bit of time. So if you can just write down the prompts, do what you can until, well, 6:25 now. So do what you can for these next couple seconds and just revisit it later. Just don't forget to do this, okay? So now we can get into the next care topic, which I'm really excited. I'm excited about all the topics. And you can share them in the chat too. Like, come on, don't be shy. You good, Tay? We just about to get into this next topic on this next slide. I'm so excited, y'all. Okay, encouragement. A safe space to confide in when I'm feeling overwhelmed. All right, y'all. I might take a picture of some of these because I'm definitely feeling inspired for knowing what needs I need to name out loud to the people who are supposed to support me this summer. So I'm actually taking pictures because y'all are really definitely eating it up. Yo Yo said empathy. Woman said best pass, communication and support. For sure, for sure. And so make sure y'all keep them coming. All right, so now we're going to get into mental care. So, mental care is very sensitive to me. I know May was Mental Health Awareness Month, so I definitely wanted to bring this to the conversation. The first thing that I have to say, make sure you're setting intentional reminders. So, when I mean intentional reminders, like if you see affirmation on Instagram that's very relatable to you, I challenge you to make it your wallpaper, write it on a sticky note, put it on a mirror. Find ways to affirm yourself and intentionally remind yourself daily of who you are, because people might not always be there to remind you every time you need it. Even though that's what we expect, sometimes people have to also affirm themselves. So when people can't show up for you, you want to make sure no matter who is showing up for you, you're still showing up for yourself, because that is what is important. Yes, Antonio, make sure you give yourself daily checkups for sure. For sure, you have to check in with yourself daily, whatever way that looks like for you. And so the second thing is find a therapist that matches you. For me, I didn't find a therapist that looked like me until I was a senior in high school. And that was that February of that year that I graduated in 2022. And so she was black, she had locks, and I actually used therapy for black girls to find her. So I encourage you all to use those resources that you have, or confiding in people who you know will understand you and handle what you're sharing with them with care. But I know a lot of people have this notion, therapy is for white people, therapy is for people who are crazy, things like that. And that is not true. We're in this field. For me, I'm going to school for social work because I want to help young people process their thoughts and feel like they can share what they're going through, because they're not crazy. Like 9 times out of 10, you're not the only one. And so use these resources, take up the space, because you deserve a therapist. You deserve somebody who understands you and wants to help you grow, become the best version of yourself. And so the third thing is you want to be a part of those conversations. You want to be a part of the conversations where mental health is in the center. And I know that's not often, but when they do come up, you want to be a part of those. So, for example, Black Mental Health Alliance, they occasionally have like Instagram lives where they talk about different topics relating to mental health. And so that's definitely a safe space where you can confide in people and share, your thoughts or opinions or questions, just to get that second opinion. Now, I know it's not like a therapist traditionally, but it is a healing space. So I would definitely encourage you all to create the conversation if you don't hear it often, or be a part of it when you do find that it comes up. And so I'm going to check the chat. I see Jimmy said support and communication and flexibility, and I love that. So this is just a quick resources slide, and these are a few Instagram pages that I know helped me. So Taraji P. Henson founded the Boris L. Henson Foundation in honor of her father, and so I definitely recommend this page if you're looking for some resources, if you're looking for, it's also like a therapist directory. I definitely encourage y'all to go after that. Like I said, therapy for black girls helped me find my therapist. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying it's out there. Minds and motion therapy. Jamira, shout out to Jamira for putting me on, because the guy who runs this actually is a professor at Bowie, and this is for black men specifically. So I would definitely encourage our guys out there to look into this resource. And the last one is We the Urban. It's not technically therapy focused resources, but the quotes and the affirmations they post, they feel like therapy to me. So I would definitely encourage y'all follow these pages and get plugged in. You never know what opportunities might come up. And so for activity number 2, this one I will give us some more time because I really want us to do this now. So what's really cool is that the Reminders app, if you really take your time to play around with it, you can actually set reminders for yourself. So I actually have this daily reminder. Oh man, I don't know if I can see it. But it basically says, at my own pace, I'm going to be okay. And the way I did it was I went to my reminder app, and I'm actually going to guide y'all through it. So if you have an iPhone, you can do this. I'm not sure about the Droid. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't think about that at the time, but I'm sure you can remind yourself with the Droid too. But for iPhone users specifically, If you want to do this activity now, you can. So think of one affirmation you want to tell yourself daily throughout the summer, or something you know you'll need to hear. And what you're going to do is you're going to open your reminders app, which is the one with the blue, red, and orange little bullet point. I'm going to open it, hit new reminder, and then for the title, you'll put whatever that affirmation is and type that affirmation. After you do that, you want to put a timer on it. And what's cool is that if you do reminders, you can have it remind you when you're leaving your house. You can have it remind you at 7 a.m. You can have it remind you every day at a certain time. So if that's what you're going for, I don't know if y'all phone look updated too, because this update look crazy. But you can go to date and time and you can actually schedule the reminder. So I know these are a lot of steps, but if you're feeling me and you following me, let me know in the chat. And if you're not feeling it and it's like confusing, just let me know. Let me see this chat real quick. I set reminders for myself too. Yes, Dawn. It's so important because not everybody always reminds me of what I need to hear. But I know if I tell myself at my own pace, I'm okay. Like I know that a real G told me, and I'm the realest G I know. Let's be for real. So let's see what Talia said. My affirmation every day: early to bed, early to rise, makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. I love that. No lie. I love that. I'm going to read that again. My affirmation every day: early to bed, early to rise, makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. I love that. Did I say that's my mentee, y'all? That's my mentee. And hey, Kayla. But like I said, this is an activity you can do now or you can do it later. But again, you would go to your reminders app on whatever phone you have. And like Dawn said, there are tutorials on YouTube. You would just hit new reminder, type whatever the affirmation is, and then you can schedule it for whenever you want to be reminded of it. It's really simple. And yeah. So let me know y'all affirmations that y'all thinking of in the chat. You can put them in the chat, share with me. And let me see, Talia. My great grandma always said that before she died at 103. Shout out to Grams. May God rest her soul. 103 is beautiful. So I know she lived a good life. 53 digits, you live, boo. I'm trying to be like that. So shout out to Grams. For the third topic of care is emotional care. So the first one, like I think it was Tonio. I'm trying to see who said it. They were already on it. Like Tonio, yes, making sure you give yourself daily checkups. Regularly checking in with yourself is so necessary because you don't ever want to get to a point where you're falling off with yourself simply because you didn't make the time to breathe. It's so important that you just simply even breathe. Like some people, we hold our breath and we have so much tension in our body and we getting disconnected from our mind and our body. Like that disconnect is the craziest thing I've ever felt. And I felt a lot of things, but when you're emotionally disconnected and that emotional disconnect disconnects you from your body, like it's not good. So you want to make sure you're checking in with yourself, whether that be mirror pep talks. I don't know if y'all watch Insecure with Issa Rae, but I check in with myself in that mirror. I make up some raps sometimes. No, I'm not young elder, but I can do a little rhyme, because I'm fine. Finer than a dime, you feel me? Like, yeah, like you gotta really check in with yourself, all jokes aside though. Like if you talk to yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself out loud, talk to yourself on paper. You have to do it because again, not everybody will always be there. You gotta make sure that if nobody's here, I'm still showing up for myself because you're the one that matters the most. There is no you. There is no people showing up for you without you. You see what I'm saying? So for the second thing, being mindful of how you talk to yourself. So not just only talking to yourself out of nowhere, being mindful of how you're talking to yourself. I was raised, in the church. So my mom always had this thing like there's power of life and death in the tongue. And so I believe that across any belief, across anything, your tongue has the power to bring it to fruition, whatever it speaks. And so you want to be mindful, how am I using it? You know what I mean? Like I can know in my mind that I'm a fire writer. I know how to write a poem, but if I'm telling people, oh, I can't write a poem, no, I'm not that. I'm literally refuting what I know to be true. And so you want to match whatever you know to be true with your tongue. Even if thank you, Camp, for the scripture. Thank you. Even if you don't believe it right now, like, you need to know your tongue has power. So you want to speak power over your life because there is power in doing that. And so that goes into my third point perfectly. Understanding what is real and what is true. Every emotion that you feel real comes from a very real place. But acknowledging also, is this emotion my reality? So, like, if you're feeling depressed and you know you've been having a pretty good week and you just came out of that depression you've probably been in for a few weeks, a couple months, you know, things like that, and you have a bad day and you're feeling that depression like overwhelm you, like you were still in it, even though you know you just came out of it, you got to tell yourself, no, I feel depressed, but you have to put a but on it. That's what my grandmother would say. You have to put a but on the end of everything because you don't want to just leave it at I'm depressed, period. You want to put a semicolon. You want to put a comma. Well, a comma, not a semicolon. I don't want y'all to think I'm illiterate. But y'all got to put a comma on that thing. Y'all know what I mean? Like, you have to tell yourself, but, and then declare something positive over your life. I feel depressed, but I am stronger than what's happening to me right now. I'm stronger than this feeling. You have to talk to yourself. You have to really talk through. Like, it's so hard to acknowledge that you feel this way, but there is so much power in realizing that not every feeling is the whole picture. And so I just want to leave y'all with that and also acknowledge the chat as well because I see y'all blowing me up. And yo, the freestyle got it. Y'all know I had to spit something for y'all. Don't play with it. Let's see what Talia said. When you stay humble and embrace who you are, then it helps you keep the negativity out and stay true to you for sure. Writing and talking to myself is so burden relieving. I promise I'm not crazy. I don't think you're crazy, Jimmy. I love writing. I love journaling. I love. Acknowledging how you feel will help you to become who you want to be. And let me show these on the screen too, because these are powerful. So this was Talia, and this is what Jimmy said. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I remember having those long talks with the plastic chairs on the porch. Hold on. I'm sorry? You talking to me? Listen. You was talking to somebody. So I give you that because some people not even having a conversation. They just let it eat them up. They suppress it. So, Tonio, I commend you. You feel me? I commend you. So for activity 3, to bring it back to emotional care, I want y'all to go back to that note that we first opened up from when we did the 3 things we need to help us this summer to show up as our best self. I want y'all to make a love list of 3 things that you enjoy doing by yourself. And after you make this list of 3 things, keep in mind that you want these 3 things to be something that you can do tangibly throughout the summer. So whether that be going to the park and that's something you enjoy doing by yourself, whether that be going for a walk, whether that be trying a new restaurant every month. I know we can't probably do every week because some of us got bills, some of us got tuition coming up, some of us got these different things going on. But make a list of 3 things you enjoy doing by yourself or you want to try doing by yourself that you think you might enjoy. And make that your love list of 3 things you want to do before the end of the summer. Like, you want to look back at this note and say, I did that. Even if you didn't do all 3, you want to be able to say, looking at my list, I did my big one. Maybe you might do 5. Maybe you might do 7. Maybe you might do 30. You never know. So, keep in mind, make a love list of 3 things you enjoy doing by yourself or want to enjoy or try to do by yourself. And come back to that note at the end of the summer and let's see what you did. And you can share in the chat as well. Don't be shy. Don't be dry. Yeah. Okay. So physical care. We wrapping it up, y'all. Before we, get into the nitty gritty. First things first is you want to move that body out of you. And yes, I did spell it like that. And yes, all pun intended. Like, you got to move your body. Even if it's just getting up out of bed, walking down the stairs, and then walking back upstairs, and then going back to bed. Now, I wouldn't urge you to go back to bed, but at least you moved your body. Some people stay in bed all day and do nothing. And I mean, in some cases, mental health can really keep you down. But you got to tell that thing, no, you're not staying here. You won't make a home out of me. You got to tell any negative feeling, any negative habit, you won't make a home out of me. Again, going back to that affirmation piece. You don't want any negative thing that will keep you from your purpose to make a home out of you. Let me say that again. You don't want anything that is negative or that will hinder you from getting closer to your purpose make a home out of you. And so you want to make sure you're not only moving your body, but getting sun, getting vitamin D. Like, I know some of us have allergies. I know I do. And I know that Benadryl, baby, that thing knocking me clean out. People be dead body. But one thing about it, I'm going to go for a little walk with my Benadryl. You got to get sun like y'all. And that's so real, Cam. I need to do better with sun. I need to do better with a lot of what I'm talking about. But at least I'm being vulnerable enough to say that. And you were vulnerable enough to say that as well. And so I truly appreciate that you for sharing that, because you're not the only one. I'm not the only one. We're all in this together. All pun intended again. Nice some years ago, But let me look at this chat real quick. Writing, listening to music, and shopping. I love that. I love that. Drawing, writing, and listening to music. I love that. Love this. Singing in the dark and closing my eyes while singing. One day, when I can drive, just go on a late night road trip with music playing and windows down, exploring the city and writing poems. I love that. Heavy on the writing poems. Take nighttime drives while vibing to music, thrifting, and binge watching a show. Y'all, I just finished binging Queen Charlotte. Beautiful. Beautiful storytelling, beautiful storyline. Everything was very real. But yeah, I need to get better with going outside in general, for sure. And that's why I'm so glad Heart Smiles is in person this summer, because you have a reason to get up out of bed. You have a purpose to chase after. And so I'm really excited for us to be in person. And so bringing it to that third point, you want to eat food that will sustain your living. And I'm going to say that again. You want to eat food that will sustain your living. I know a lot of us coming back from college or getting ready to go to college or going to another grade. We have, for college kids, we have a place we call the CAF. And the CAF is where you can become a lot of different things. You can become big, very big. I mean, I feel big. My stomach has gotten so much bigger being back home. I'm like, what is going on? You can become really unhealthy because the food is greasy and it's pre-made, so it's not really cooked. It's just warmed up in a big oven. That's a big oven. So that food didn't really sustain my health, really. And so I had to really force myself to eat fruit. I had to force myself to eat better because the CAF was not doing it. And for college kids, try to keep fruit in your rotation, vegetables, carrots, little things that you can put in your refrigerator. Even for those who are not in college, who are in high school, elementary, middle, you want to make sure you're eating healthy food that will sustain your living. You want to live long enough to see 103 like Talia's grandmama. Like, you want to live a good life and look back and say, I'm 100 and something, but I feel 25. 25. You want to be able to look back and say, I did what I needed to do so that I could be here. Because you don't want your lineage to stop with you. What's going to happen if you die from eating McDonald's every day? There will be no legacy because you were eating McDonald's every day. High blood pressure. And I don't want that for any of us. And even for me, I've had to really learn how to cook, really learn how to take care of myself because, you got to learn how to eat in. Something in that house for you to eat. So I just want to leave that with y'all. Eat food that will sustain your living. Eat food that will replenish you. And so, yeah. And so before I get into these last few points, before I open it up for Q&A and letting some people hop on, vibe with me for real, I'm going to look at these comments. I just get heat bumps, which I hate. I totally relate. I get them on the back of my neck. And like, yeah, it just be looking like who did it and why. I'm going to start meal prep because I haven't really been eating breakfast while I've been home. I felt that. I really have felt that. I think I want to maybe make some like pasta foods every week, like 1 week lasagna, 1 week Alfredo. I'm a pasta girl. So I really want to try to have something consistent with pasta in my rotation because I love noodles. I love pasta. Okay. Because now I'm getting hungry. Let me stop playing. I really like Charlotte. Yes. Not very big. Yes, the calf will make you very big. Like, my friend came as small as me and left thick, like Kim K thick, but natural though. So yeah, her diet was a 6 small meals a day or 2 medium meals and 1 big one, which is lunch. I love that. Breakfast is important. You know, breakfast is the first meal of the day. Like, I used to hear that all the time in middle school. So really, like, eat something good, even if it's like a smoothie. You know, Cam, do you got us on a smoothie, Joe? Like, that's really good. Like, we need some smoothies this summer. Just saying. But now I'm gonna get into these quotes and then try to leave some time for people to hop on. So I'm gonna try to speed through, but not too quick. Yes, I can come through. Cam, okay, I'm gonna take a picture. How much don't he be? Because I'm gonna hold you to that. All right. Thank you. So first things first, as we're going into the summer, knowing that healthy communication is vital this summer. Listen, people come from different walks of life. We all have different stories, different experiences, and we all have to honor the fact that not everybody's story is the same. You know, I learned in a class about Black history and the Black experience that we are not monoliths. Like, our stories aren't all one dimensional. We all have layers and we all are different. And so sometimes our communication and the way we approach things will not look the same and will not be the same, but that is definitely an opportunity for growth and to embrace that uncomfortable feeling. And even though it really can hurt, like it might be gut wrenching to tell your partner, you're doing a horrible job at communicating. Maybe you won't say it like that. You might say like, you're not doing the best at communicating, and I can see it affecting our mentees. Or if it's somebody who you might have had some beef with, it might be some tension, and you might got to say, yo, let's cook it together, let's burn it, because we have work to do. Sometimes you got to really come at people like you're doing community with them and not just doing a project, not just getting paper, not just getting money and dipping. No, like, this is a community. So we all really have to act like it. And so healthy communication this summer is necessary, it's vital for the success of the summer. So yeah. Let me look at the chat real quick before we go to this next slide. All right, cool. It really starts your day off. Eat some granola, a little yogurt for sure. Even that's breakfast. I thought breakfast had to be pancakes, eggs, and sausage. Like, it don't have to be. It can be a granola bar and water. But okay, going to the second thing. Affirming yourself builds wealth. You need to remember that how you're talking about yourself, how you're talking about other people is important. You don't want to just affirm yourself, you want to affirm others as well. Even the people who you not even like this with, you should be affirming everyone. You should be doing your best to show everybody the love you've been showing yourself. Because that's what we do. We're community oriented people. And I know not everybody on here may be Black, maybe we all are, but for those who don't know, we were a village people. We were community people. We were there for each other. And so we need to uplift each other, and we need to remind each other who we are when we forget, and also remind ourselves who we are. And so just keeping that in mind as you're dealing with different people, your mentees, whoever, like, act like you know who you are. Remind them who they are, because sometimes people really do forget. It's easy to forget when you have so much more showing you otherwise. So definitely. Taking care of yourself is a journey. Healing is also a journey. There's no destination with it. You know, it's not like, okay, I get over this and I'm here. No, things will continue until our last breath. And so the journey continues through every year that we become older, through every experience that gives us wisdom. And so a part of that is how we take care of ourselves so that we can even get to a point in which we're growing and progressing. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you're stagnant. And anything that isn't growing, like Lauren Hill once said, is dying. Anything that isn't growing is dead. Like, is the relationship growing? Is the way you're eating helping you grow? Like, literally, like, it's a journey taking care of yourself. And it's important to recognize that and knowing that it looks different for everyone. So respecting that as well. Like, it doesn't look the same for everybody, and that's okay because there's a lot of beauty in that. You look at the chin. I love yogurt, granola, grapes, and honey. Great. So I want to thank y'all. I have 8 minutes. So if you want to join and do some Q&A with me, or if you want to ask me anything through the chat and I invite some heartbeats on, just text me a heart or something real quick and I'll send you the link right now. Like, we have 8 minutes to chop it up, and I would love to see y'all. I love when we get on, the lives and stuff. Just hearing everybody's different opinions, just hearing everybody's voices, seeing y'all faces. I just can't wait until it's in person. So let me know if you want to join. And before we even get there, I want to thank y'all for rocking with me through all the technical difficulties, through all that. Like, that was very ghetto, but I wasn't going to let it stop me from giving this presentation to y'all. This is a very new experience for me running this. So shout out to Cam, shout out to Miss Mel, shout out to Miss Joni and all of them for bearing with all of this technology. I cannot do it every Thursday, every Wednesday, every Friday. Well, Instagram is a little easier, but shout out to y'all for always holding it down. Shout out to Cam out loud for holding me down with the presentation, and thank y'all for rocking with me again. Like, it means so much to me. Like I said, we have 6 minutes now for Q&A. If you have any questions, anybody have any questions. See, the chat didn't load nothing new after Roman, but I'm gonna let some questions roll in. You wanna join? Come on, don't be shy. And yes, I'm so excited for this summer. Let me see. It's something about acai bowls. I've never had it, but sounds good. I think there's this place called Pure Raw Juice. I think they might do those if that's what you're talking about. But I would love to try. It sounds bougie. Yes, my mentor did this session. Period. You already know the vibes. Shout out to Dawn. I'm so excited to be Dawn's partner. They are amazing. They are the moment. So I'm so excited to be partnering with you, Dawn. You are the moment. So, period. Thank you, Charity. You're amazing. Jimmy, I'm just a reflection of you. That's it. That's all. I definitely want to try acai bowls. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Ooh. But I would love to try it too. So if there's no questions right now, we still have 5 minutes. I want us to try to revisit, some previous themes throughout the presentation. And as we're revisiting some different thoughts and things like that, drop in the chat a jewel. Or like I said, if y'all want to join, text me. Like, I don't see nobody texting me want to join. Because who want to join? But drop a jewel in the chat. About one takeaway. It can be more than one. I just want to know what y'all are walking away with, what y'all hope to carry with you throughout this summer. If you want this presentation, let me know. I can text it. Like, it ain't nothing. But yeah, like I said, drop one jewel in the chat. And if you have any questions, and I mean any questions, we have 4 minutes. Like, I can answer them. But I also know it's about to be 7 o'clock. The day is long. So I understand we feeling a little right now. You're saying it right. Okay, good. Because I was like, I kind with the freak. I'm so glad we are working together and we are again this summer. I'm definitely excited to grow with you, Talia. I have growth in myself that I need to work on. So I'm excited to grow with you and to help you grow. I'm excited. Okay, we got a jewel. Hold up, we got balance on it. It's a breakfast bowl, so like fruit, yogurt, and granola. I gotta try that. I'm like, who wanna go on a pure raw juice date with me? Okay, Talia's jewel. My jewel for today. Don't let anybody make you uncomfortable in your space. Your space is valuable and precious. You can help, but your space is personal. Ooh, ooh, that's good. That's really good. That's like, I need to get the keys out. You can help, but your space is personal. Okay. Done. My jewel is listen to understand. Okay, I already have thrown it back. My jewel is listen to understand. We get so caught up in our own stuff that we listen to respond instead of processing what we just heard. Okay, I'm gonna run that back one more time just because my jewel is listen to understand. We get so caught up in our own stuff that we listen to respond instead of processing what we just heard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got more. And yes, sometimes we may not be able to understand, but don't let that stop you from lending your compassion. That's correct. And from being empathetic. That's beautiful. I'm like, y'all Jews about to be my screensaver. Hold on. All right. Does anybody else have a jewel, y'all? Like we have one more minute. Don't be phony. Don't be quiet in there. Jimmy said, Jewel, leave the bad things behind and choose growth. I don't know if you were reminded, but you have permission to become anew. You have permission to grow. Like, not because I gave it to you, but because you give it to yourself. The minute you acknowledge you want to grow, there's your door of opportunity, your window of opportunity. So thank you, Jimmy. Like, that was good. That was good. Not gonna lie, I think this is my favorite. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I know it's 7, but I'm gonna read these last 2 jewels. Treat yourself as you should. And what Talia said, another one, having your emotions is valid. Don't let someone tell you how you can feel because expressing your feelings is not being weak. It's strongly being patient about what you're feeling. It's about strongly being passionate about what you're feeling. Okay. Either one was good. Well, I want to thank y'all so much again. I'm grateful. My heart is full. This has been the best part of my day. I hope I can continue to pop up here and there and hold space for y'all in person soon. I love y'all all so much. I believe in all of y'all. Again, shout out to the grads. Graduation's coming up. Shout out to everybody who's getting ready to be a senior, going to another grade. Shout out to everybody for showing up here today. Again, I love y'all and go be productive. Go eat something good. Take a nap. Do your homework or not. Like, self care. So, I love y'all and bye.